Hello, my name is Luis Sanchez de Leon. I am, together with Jerome Cay, Miguel Alfajema and Franco Llanera, one of the co-founders of the Talent Club. Since my background is mostly in sales and marketing, I've been in charge of these topics at the Talent Club since its beginning, and therefore this is why I'm presenting you Net Promoter Score. So at the Talent Club we claim to be a job-centric organization as opposed to being a job-centric organization. But what does being a talent-centric organization mean? Well, there are many definitions to that, but for the time being, let's just convene that being a talent-centric organization means putting talent at the center of everything. Again, what does this mean? It means that revenue, margins, customer satisfaction are a result of the effort that we put into attracting good talent, retaining good talent, and building long-lasting, successful relationships with our talents that we can monetize and that can bring value to the company. So this is very good, but how do we measure how much of a talent-centric organization we are and whether or not we're going in the good direction in being talent-centric? The only way that we have to do that is asking our talents, those that we put in the middle of every activity. So today we will be speaking about Net Promoter Score, NPS. What is NPS? NPS is a very simple methodology that you are all familiar with since you are confronted to NPS questions every day, every time you do a transaction on the net, every time you go through an experience, whether it is in a restaurant, buying a flight ticket, or any sort of interaction with a customer agent at your bank or insurance company. It is a very simple way to evaluate what is the degree of customer satisfaction, and from there infer what is the degree of loyalty of this customer to the brand. Two observations about Net Promoter Score. While most of the people think that NPS is only valuable to measure degrees of satisfaction and loyalty in B2C businesses, it is also very valuable to measure what is experience and what is the level of satisfaction in B2B areas. The second observation is that NPS is normally passed right after a customer has had an experience, an interaction with a brand. So it tries to take advantage of the emotions that this experience has created, and therefore, as I said, infer a degree of loyalty for next experiences with a brand. So back in June 2022, we decided to start measuring how talent-centric we are. And this is by asking our clients, the talents. Two observations again. The first one is that in many of our businesses, our talents are not our billed customers. So for the first time, we would be asking on a customer experience people that are not our final clients. Of course, measuring the level of satisfaction with client companies is still crucial to us, but this time we decided that we would start asking our talents. The second observation is that it is very difficult for talents, since we do not have a promise of service for them, to evaluate the degree of satisfaction with our services. Since we do not set those expectations, by asking them what their level of satisfaction is towards our companies, we would also learn what their level of expectations is regarding the services that we give them, whether it is on an interview, on a presentation to a company, or to a debriefing dialogue with any of their consultants. So for that purpose, we asked Anna Zarova to run this project of NPS. Now we can say that it's been a year that we launched the project, that it's on its tracks, and that we are getting more and more rich and insightful information about what our talents expect from us, not only in every interaction, but also in the long run.
Hello everyone, I'm Anna and I'm in charge of the Net Promoter Score program in the Talent Club. To calculate the Net Promoter Score, we ask the talents one single question. On a scale from 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend our company to your friends and colleagues? Based on their response, talents are divided into 3 categories. First one is promoters with a score from 9 to 10. They are loyal enthusiasts who can become brand advocates. The second one is passives with a score from 7 to 8. They are neutral talents who can easily leave the company. And the third one is detractors with a score from 0 to 6. They are unhappy talents and they can harm company's reputation. NPS is calculated as follows: percentage of promoters minus percentage of detractors, resulting in a score that can range from -100 to +100. But NPS isn't just a metric for measuring talent satisfaction. It's a weapon to fueling business growth and success. Correlation between NPS and business growth is pretty fascinating because of 3 things. First, that companies with high NPS usually see faster revenue growth, because if talents are satisfied and willing to recommend your company, it attracts more talents, more clients, and boosts sales. The second one is that higher NPS leads to better talent retention rates, because if talent love the company, they want to stay with company and return again and again to it. And here is a fun twist, because NPS isn't just about talents, it's also about agents. Because if you have engaged agents who are committed to company success, they try to deliver higher NPS, better talent experience, and as a result, business growth. There is a strong connection between agents' engagement and talent satisfaction. And this is where NPS can be very helpful too. Because if companies measure NPS and discuss this with their agents, they understand how their attitudes and actions impact talent. And then, when they understand it, they become more engaged and they become more inspired and want to deliver best service to their talents. So engaged agents, when they understand about talent satisfaction and that what they do talents like, they become happier. Then happy agents create happy talents. Because if you have engaged agents, they are more friendly, more helpful, they want to solve problems of talents and do all the best what they can. And this is like a positive feedback loop, because when talent feel the love from your agents, they become more satisfied and more loyal. And this is great motivation for your talent and great inspiration to provide perfect talent experience. At the start of NPS implementation, there are 3 questions: whom, when, and what to ask, apart from the main NPS question. You can get advantages from measuring NPS on various stages of interaction with talent and see which business process gives you losses and which gives you benefits. Each company in Talent Club has their specifics, but in general, we can divide talent journey into 3 parts: sourcing, recruitment, and onboarding. So you need to divide talent journey into 3 parts. Then identify touch points of interactions between talents and your company, and then decide which part of talent journey you want to measure using NPS. For example, between Opla and Gamma, ask selected talents, then they measure NPS for talents after 3 weeks of onboarding, and also for talents after 2 months between Opla and Gamma. Lincoln and Sport Korea ask all talents who have been shortlisted and presented to companies. And the boss asks talents after first interview with consultant. And then the last part of what to ask. Every company in Talent Club asks the main NPS question. But to understand the reason of the mark, you need to ask 2 extra questions. What do you like in our service and what you don't like in our service? And to receive true opinion of the talents, you need to ask open question. Over the year, we received hundreds of feedback, and now we understand what talents value in our services and what we need to improve. Also, we found that every company in Talent Club has NPS more than 55%, which is considered as excellent in recruitment industry. After receiving NPS results, the most interesting part begins. Because NPS surveys give you very important insights into what talent think about your company. They share their experience and help you to understand what works and what needs some attention. Having this feedback, you can identify areas for improvements. It's like a map pointing you to opportunities to be a best company and to provide best experience. And what is interesting that NPS gives you opportunity to prioritize your efforts, because talents told you what exactly they want to see in your company, in your services, and what you need to fix. It's all about continuous improvements. You ask your talents, take their feedback seriously, and make true difference. Now, Talent Club companies such as Between, Opla and Gamma have quarterly action plan based on feedback from the talents. And then again analyze new feedback and new improvements and do new action plan. So it's constant work. They measure, analyze and do improvements. Companies that have less feedback discuss monthly NPS results and talent comments and react immediately if talent received bad experience. And now we can already talk about results of NPS implementation. Our companies, by measuring NPS, improve their services and talent experience. And also they confirm the talent-centric approach. Our talents become more happy because we understand their needs and we try to provide the experience what they need. And our agents are getting more involved because they understand connection of their actions and talent satisfaction. And in general, the future is brighter because we understand the needs of our talent, we focusing on their satisfaction, and we are ready to challenges and opportunities. And now, on a scale from 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend our masterclass for your friends and colleagues? If I would summarize this masterclass in 4 takeaways, I would say that first, NPS is about one single question. On a scale from 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend our company to your friends and colleagues? The second, that there is a strong connection between NPS and revenue growth. Usually, companies with high NPS show the high revenue growth. The third one is that there is also a strong connection between NPS and agent engagement. And the fourth, that NPS is not about measuring, it's about continuous improvements. So after measuring, you need to do action plan and do improvements.